Well, it is time now for funny cars. You see Sean Langdon climb out of the top end of the race course. Alexis DeJoria and Jack Beckman, who narrowly won his earlier round matchup against Tommy Johnson Jr. kick it off. Alexis with the lane choice here. Then it's John Force, Tim Wilkerson, Matt Hagan controlling choice of their lane against their opponent.
Well, do you think Tim Wilkerson's interested in this race right now in the starting line?
Jack Beckman is too. He knows he needs to continue going around.
And Jack's got to do exactly what he did in the first round. He was up on his game, had a great reaction time. He got the whole shot win over his teammate Tommy Johnson Jr. He's going to have to be on his game against Alexis. Tommy DeLago, her crew, she's been doing a good job of getting that car down the track consistently.
15th time Alexis has raced Jack in head-to-head action. Alexis struggles a bit, though, with Fast Jack, only beating him 3 times. Another low-car body goes up as Alexis takes the win. Man, just when you think it can't get any worse, the struggle's any more challenging for Fast Jack Beckman, at least the man can salute the crowd and let everybody know he is okay.
Yeah, you saw the arms up just like Raymond Beadle at Gainesville back in the 80s. Fast Jack, he understands the history of this sport, and this is a history he doesn't like. He's had a history of doing this.
Are you okay?
Knocking that body off the car. Wow. Right side of your screen. He had the advantage off the starting line. He was probably ahead at the point. You saw the cylinders just go out. Probably another valve train failure that let that fuel in the manifold and launch that body sky high.
10 points deducted to Jack Beckman's total because he dropped oil. There is no point deduction for the thousands of funny car pieces that fell to the ground.
Seen as a driver, I mean,
I'm just holding my breath. I'm waiting for it.
Clutch dust is coming in. That cylinder just a little misfire, and now you got a convertible.
Well, you look back over the last couple of seasons. Atlanta this year, Indy last year, Pomona before that. Here we go again, Jack. You've put us in the seat before. Remind us what it's like when that moment happens.
I hate this movie. It's race day, and you do whatever you can to get the car to the finish line. And it's a points deal. You know, it's funny. I thought I felt it just start to spin the tires. We'll have to go back and look at the video. I'm not sure. Sometimes when something that big happens, boy, it's memory out there. And body's gone, fire. Not that bad a fire this time. I could still see okay. And then you're starting to slow down, just sliding everywhere in its oil. You've already wrecked the body. Don't wreck the car. The most disappointing thing is we didn't get the win light. It cost us a lot of money, and we didn't get the win light. And I don't want to root against Tim Wilkerson. We have to have him go out. And I got to be a Gary Densham fan here. We got 2 races to get our act together.
And unfortunately, we get word it'll be another 10 points lost because of oil on the racetrack. That doesn't help at all.
Yeah, you know, they decided to waive the points in the countdown, but not going into the countdown. And you don't want to have them decide a position, but it's the same rules for everybody. You know, we put a lot of Valvoline Sin power on the track, and that's what the NHRA rules package is right now. We'll clean our stuff up. We'll clean our act up. We'll be ready for next race.
You're all right. Thanks.
Now 30 points behind Tim Wilkerson with a weekend off to reflect on what this team needs to do over the next 2 events in Brainerd and at the U.S. Nationals.
Well, Don Schumacher was watching on as that explosion occurred. Don, as a team owner and as a former driver, what goes through your mind when you see something like that?
That Jack's okay. That's really the major concern. Beyond that, it'll take care of itself. I mean, it's a shame that happened, but for it to drop a cylinder and then do that, it had a valve train failure, and that happens at times. We hate to see it happen, but the main thing, again, is that Jack Beckman is just fine.
Indeed, thank you.
Wow. At least Don can put that in proper perspective indeed. Jack's able to climb away from that. Let's go on board one more time. You want to drive a funny car? You might have to endure this. Boom. We will be back with more second round funny car action in just a moment. Emiliello drag racing experience as you ride on board with Jack Beckman in his new convertible car. Back to the pits after blowing the top off another Dodge funny car.